What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all see the titles going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. As y'all can see right here, y'all have known that a lot of when it comes down to the left, have been doing and saying a lot of things that has been causing a lot of issues. Have been causing a lot of issues when it comes to even putting innocent lives at risk. And I apologize. I am having another. When I tell y'all, if I'm buying any plants, grass, dogs, my allergies are horrible. I'm not even gonna lie, very horrible. But see here, it says yesterday afternoon, Ilhan Omar called for ICE to be abolished. Last night, Gavin Newsom called for people to push back against ICE agents. Today, anti-ICE radical, did that to a Dallas ICE facility, as y'all know, of what happened during that, the shooting that occurred. It's definitely sad. I'm not even gonna lie, it's definitely sad. What happened, and the things, I not even just that, just where things have come to based off of, a lot of people, from the left, their actions and what they've been saying is definitely sad. This is a post by Nancy Mace. Literally says here, and this is Ilhan Omar. This is violent beyond cruel. Abolish ICE. Nancy Mace put, and then you got Ilhan Omar. Abolish ICE. NBC retracts fake news story. And when I tell y'all that this right here is just it goes to show y'all that they're constantly inciting violence and want violence coming from a lot of people. When I tell y'all, this is no excuse. I've told y'all this before. There's so many times, when I say so many times, that I've said this, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm using the excuse for anybody, but there's so many people that are not, they don't have it all the way there, in their head. We've seen it a lot, and like I said, it's no excuse. But at the same time, when you're hearing this person, inciting violence, that's on mainstream media, you hear this person. There are so many times that, you see this. A lot of these young adults, a lot of these teenagers, they're already, have this mindset of, oh, I don't like Trump because of what he's doing. Oh, I don't like the right because this. I don't like the right because of that. It's gotten so bad. But now that they're seeing people actually that's in Congress, inciting this violence and want to be, violent and want to be mean and cruel. I mean, it's sad enough, that they're having a lot of these and they're influencing a lot of, these young adults to do these horrible things. This is Trump on Ilhan Omar. Check it out.
Ilhan Omar, after his assassination, called Charlie Kirk a reprehensible human being. Should she be stripped of her community assignments?
I would say, I think she's a disgraceful person. I think she's a disgraceful person, a loser. It's amazing the way people vote. I know it's people from her area, maybe of the world. I don't know. They got here and they vote her in. It's hard to believe, but I think she's a disgusting person.
And I showed a clip of, everything that's went down in Minnesota. I honestly think that a lot has to do, when it comes to Tim Walz. I've showed y'all, some clips before, with that whole thing with, Somalians and Tim Walz, in Minnesota. There's another post by Donald Trump. It says Ilhan Omar's country of Somalia is plagued by a lack of central government control, persistent poverty, hunger, certain terrorism, corruption, violence. 70% of the population lives in extreme poverty, widespread food insecurity. You literally have Somalia is consistently ranked among the world's most corrupt countries, including by bribery, embezzlement. Sorry, I'm literally trying not to sniff. Dysfunctional government. All of this, Ilhan Omar tells us how to run America. Wasn't she the one that married her brother in order to gain citizenship? What a scum we have in our country, telling us what to do and how to do it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. And I definitely support him on this whole thing. I'm not even gonna lie. This video in particular, I showed a clip of Ilhan Omar, at church. She was at church, and she literally called Charlie Kirk, and others, a POS. I'm sure a lot of y'all know what that is. I just, I try not to cuss, in general, but especially, when it comes to my channel, there's some times that I do, but, I'm sure a lot of y'all know what that means. And I found this clip, I found this video of, others asking questions on what she meant by that. Check it out.
Charlie Kirk over the last decade has advocated for those who disagree with him to come to his various gatherings and dialogue with him and debate with him. And in contrast, in an interview he had this week with Marty Hassan, I think his name is, you said that those who disagree with you or may have a different open worldview are, in your words, full of shit. So I just
Okay, not peace, full. There we go. Full of it. There we go. Full of it. I knew it was one of the two. I apologize for that.
approach is better to call upon those who disagree with you to come to open debate and dialogue, or to say that those who disagree with you and have a different worldview are full of shit.
So you must have selective hearing, sir, because I said that the people who were full of shit were the people who were saying that Kirk was civil. No, that's not true. The person who called for public execution of people he disagreed with is not civil. The person who said you are a black woman, you lack the ability to process thoughts is not civil. The person who said because I am Muslim, I cannot be in this country because I want to destroy
Excuse me.
society is not civil.
Let me explain something to y'all. She got up here and she's lying. Let's start off by saying that. My thing is that where was all of this? And I've come to and this is the power. This is the power when it comes to Charlie Kirk. Where was everybody that speaking on Charlie Kirk's name, bashing Charlie Kirk, this person saying this person saying that? Where was all these individuals when Charlie Kirk was alive? I mean, honestly, it just shows you just how great, how powerful an individual is, that people still has got his name, in their mouths and speaking and bashing him and talking crazy about him. And, I don't like saying this at all because, one thing about it is that I'm mad that he's not here. Is that he's not here, and they're constantly sitting there bashing him. You got Jasmine Crockett even. Jasmine Crockett, it was a video that I just seen today, and I'm sure I'm going to show y'all this week. It's a video that's out there of her saying, oh, I seen a message or Charlie Kirk, it was a message, or Charlie Kirk had said something about Jasmine Crockett, and she brought it up. Where was y'all at when he was actually, alive? When he was going to these debates, when he was speaking on his platform? Where was everybody at, y'all? That's my problem that I have. Now they're ready to speak on Charlie Kirk, and they want to say this, they want to say that, and they want to do that. Where was everybody at? But now everybody wants to speak up. It's one thing that they're doing, maybe two, maybe three. One of the things is clout. You're sitting there and you're chasing this, because they got Charlie Kirk's names because there's a lot of people that don't like Charlie Kirk and he this, that, and the other. So I'm going to do. They do this with everything. When it comes to people like that, they do this with everything. If you haven't noticed, when it's something that others see, it's one of those things that they chase it. You have people that's on the left that'll make something, social media, I'm telling y'all, social media is huge. They tend to do. They see something that somebody's posted and it has gotten big. It has gotten big. People talk about it. Just like, what happened with Charlie Kirk. People, talked about him. People made videos, mocking him, doing this, doing that. So what do you think the left is going to do? What the left is going to do is that they're going to hype those people up. They're going to hype them up. Just like we had this discussion when it comes about Trump. You got President Trump, and everybody loved President Trump back then. I've seen it. I've seen videos. I've seen everything. Rappers, comedians, celebrities, just everybody, And then once they got up, and social media again, running for president, doing this, doing that, things have, it got there to where it's like, oh. Well, it's one of those things. It's if y'all haven't noticed, this is what the left does. Of course, there's other things, but when it comes to this social media things and the left, you have these different individuals in Congress, and they catch on to what people don't like. They get on there and they make it worse. And when they make it worse, y'all see the outcome of what's going on. Check out what happened with the ICE facility. It's things like that. You have people that talk about something. They get on social media and talk about it. It gets big to where everybody sees it. People in Congress see it, mainstream media sees it, and then they talk about it and boost it up even more. And then what that does is that it takes other individuals to do horrible things like such.
Because I want to destroy Western society is not simple. The person who said a 10-year-old should be forced to carry the child of her rapist is not simple. You and
When did anybody say that?
I do believe those of you who are interested in rewriting this hateful man's history are full of shit.
Thank you.
She need to go. I want to say this, and I don't want to make this seem like I'm being rude. I don't want to make this seem like I'm talking about anybody. But why is it so many older folks that's listening to her and clapping for her? I guarantee, like, have y'all ever watched like what is that show called? Is it called Bad Grandpa, or like, y'all know Johnny Knoxville? Have you ever watched that? I forgot what the show is called. I'm bad at this. I used to watch it all the time. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say the wrong name, but y'all know how they have these audiences on these different shows, and it look like it's fake. It might be real, but it look like it's fake to where people are like pay, like you would see a TV show and you're like, oh yeah, those are like people. That's fake people. That's what this look like. Like, I'm not even joking. It literally looks like these people were paid to be there. Like, it honestly looked like they do not want, like, even if they do, they were paid to be here. It's a good handful, 35, 40, that's actually concerned a little bit. I don't know. It's pretty wild. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely pretty wild. Let's check out Jesse Waters and Benny Johnson on Ilhan Omar. Check it out.
Yo, Benny, what would Charlie say to Omar and Crockett?
Yeah, Jesse, thank you so much for having me on tonight. First off, I think we need to take a big step back and look at what is happening in our political landscape. Because when people tell you who they are, we have to believe them. That's very important. Who are leftists telling us they are? Right now, the entire Democratic Party is more angry that Jimmy Kimmel got a paid vacation to be with his children than that Charlie Kirk will never see his children again. Jesse, the Democrat Party is more outraged that an unfunny corporate TV comedian had to be put in timeout for a few days than that Charlie Kirk will never speak again. It is critically important to understand that this is not really a political issue anymore. This is now a moral issue. Because when you look at where the terroristic threatening is coming from in this country, it is coming from the left. And you need to ask yourself a question, which is, what has happened to these people? Where is your soul? Where is your humanity? Why can't you just do the honorable and decent thing and say, we apologize for any outrageous thing that we have said? We feel bad about this. We disavow political violence. We apologize to Erica Kirk. Your mourning and suffering must be excruciating, and it is. Why can't you just say that? That's what a decent and honorable person would do, and you want to share country with those kind of people. But that's not what's happening on the left. It's become a spiritual question, Jesse. These people need Jesus. Maybe they should rewatch Charlie Kirk's memorial service.
And honestly, they definitely do. Definitely do. Because the hate that they put out is absolutely insane. I'm not even gonna lie. And I know nobody is perfect, but the things that we've constantly been seeing when it comes to the left, this is nothing that's just like, oh yeah, because I'm a conservative, I'm about to, talk crazy about anybody that is on it. It's not even that. It's just the simple fact of calling what it is, what's real, what's been happening. What if y'all look at, let's not even look at last year. Look at alone what has happened this year when it comes to, this inciting violence and the violence that it has been, when it comes to the left. It's absolutely insane. I'm not even gonna lie. It's nothing that you just sit there and you're like, oh yeah, this individual, I don't like this individual because of the thoughts that, no, it's literally because of what they're doing and what they're saying. It's definitely sad. Y'all let me know y'all comments, thoughts down below. Make sure to like button, that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next video. Catch y'all next one.